Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q1 FY22 earnings conference call of Astral Limited, hosted by Ambit Capital. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. At that time, participants are requested to limit the questions to two per participant. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Dhruv Jain from Ambit Capital. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to Astral Limited's 1Q FY22 earnings call. From the management side, we have with us Mr. Sandeep Engineer, Managing Director, and Mr. Hiranand Savlani, the Chief Financial Officer. Thank you, and over to you, sir, for your opening remarks.
Thank you, and welcome to all on this Q1 results. The Q1, as everyone knows, was a very challenging quarter, both in the terms of business and in terms of the pandemic. And I hope and I wish that all of you must be safe, and your families and near and dear ones also would be safe and pass through this second wave of COVID, which was one of the worst waves than the first one. I would like to thank our team members for working under this difficult time and supporting the company. At the same time, I want to thank all our key investors who stood by us and putting confidence in the management in this difficult time also. Now coming to the business, we all know the quarter was full of challenges due to the second wave of COVID. But due to the brand strength of Astral, we were able to grow the business by 63% in the piping segment and 110% in the adhesive segment. The details and the numbers will be discussed by Mr. Hiranand Savlani during his speech. The business sentiment is very good from the fourth week of June onwards. It has started getting momentum. The market is picking up. The market demands are growing. And because of the reopening of economy in most of the Indian states, Astral itself as a brand has been doing much better and even growing at a very fast pace. South still has some states which are under the effect of COVID. July was extremely good. So is the beginning of August. And we are seeing if the third wave is not coming in the near future and won't be so much affected, then we would be delivering a very good set of numbers in the coming quarters. PVC polymer challenge is known to everyone. PVC polymer dropped close to 15% in the last quarter, but now it has stopped further drop and has started again increasing and is started again in the increasing trend. We have to see how it goes as the months and the time unroll. But in short, there is a huge shortage of PVC in the market, and this is going to support cash-rich companies of the organized brands and players. Similarly, on adhesive also, we were able to deliver a good set of numbers in spite of lot of challenges. We are seeing a good growth in this business in coming quarters, and July itself has given us a very good growth number, and August also has started with a very encouraging and growth trend for us, and we are seeing the business to substantially grow in the coming quarters. Infra business, which in the last fiscal, in the first quarter was much on the downward trend, has picked up, has shown a growth, and is doing excellently well. And so we are positive about the infra business segment too. the newly launched product line, plastic storage tank, where we started off with one plant in Aurangabad, and now we added capacities at different locations, and new plants have come up. The first month run was 1 crore per month, and in no time we have caught up with the market, and we have crossed 4 crores per month sales from last month, and we are seeing a very, very positive growth in this segment in the coming months and coming quarters. To sum up, all the 4 divisions have given us very good growth, and we are seeing even better growth in the coming quarters. We have pipe, we have segments like we have the retail segment of pipe, we have the project segment of pipe, we have the agriculture segment of pipe, then we have the industrial segment of pipe, and we have the infrastructure segment of pipe, and we have the exports division also in the piping segment. Similarly, we have segments in adhesives. One is the maintenance segment, the wood segment, and the infrastructure, the construction chemical segment. As far as the CapEx is concerned, the outlay of the projects and the group and where we are standing is as Dholka valve project is almost completed, and the production in full swing will be starting from this quarter. In Sangli, we have put machines to make agriculture SWR and PVC plumbing pipes, and they are up and running. Aurangabad, we are adding pipe facilities, and the machines are there. The installation is on way, and this quarter we will be able to complete the installation of Aurangabad machine, and the facility would be up and running. Bhubaneswar plant, because of COVID, was little delayed in the work because of the lockdown in the Orissa, lockdown conditions in Orissa. The work is going on in full swing, and the plant will be ready and operational by the month of November. Plastic storage tank, apart from Aurangabad, we created a facility in Ahmedabad. Now we created a facility in Ghiloth, which is also started commercially in production from July, and we are also adding capacity in Ghiloth in this quarter. Hosur, the plastic storage tank facility is under construction. We are doing some building work, and the machines will be installed, and by November the plastic storage tanks also will be made in Hosur. So in short, we will have 4 locations making storage tanks as of now before this fiscal year, and then we will be adding more locations one by one in the coming fiscal or in the end of this fiscal. We have just uploaded our annual report of last year on the website of our company and stock exchange, and I'm sure it will give you more information about the growth journey of Astral so far. As we communicated earlier, our company is committed to ESG requirements, and I am happy to inform all of you that first detailed sustainability report of our company is ready, and we have uploaded the same on our website, and we are also to put a separate segment of ESG on our website under the Investors Relationship tab. At Astral, we are working for one more product line, which we are planned, which we have ordered machines, and which will be launched by the December 21. This will be one more revolutionary product keeping in mind economy and environment criteria of India in mind, and we will let you know the detail once we are ready with this product line in a short span from now. In Resinova, we have launched one more technical upgraded and a revolutionary epoxy product called Bond Type Pro, which has got exceptional acceptance and growth from the market, and it is one of the best products in the category so far available in India. At the same time, adding more chemistries in wood segment, the maintenance segments, and our R&D is operational to give better and more economical and more viable products with better additions. And we are working day and night to upgrade all our chemistries as far as we can and possible. So we'll be launching more new chemistries in the segment in the coming years. We would answer most of your queries and your question during the question answer. I would now hand over the call to Mr. Hiranand Savlani to take it further, and then we will address your questions and your in the question answer session. So thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all the participants for joining this phone call and hope you and your family members are safe. Now, press release is with you, so I will take only the few key numbers and the key highlights of this quarter, and then we will open up the floor for the Q&A session. The consolidated revenue in this quarter has up by almost 73%, which is the highest after so many, you can say, the quarter. Though everybody will say that the base effect is there, definitely base effect was one of the reasons. But at the same time, we all know that plumbing business, the first quarter is contributing hardly 18% of the full year volume. So considering that in mind, it was one of the best quarter, I can say, for Astral. EBITDA, compared to last year, it has gone up substantially high from 14.2% to almost, 15.8% to almost 22.3%. And compared to last quarter, the pipe business, the EBITDA was slightly dropped, mainly because of the economy of the scale. Because last quarter, our volumes compared to the normal quarter, it was low, so we were not able to absorb the overhead. So because of that, the quarter on quarter, some drop is there in the EBITDA. But if you see gross profit margin, we have maintained that gross profit margin, even if there is a drop into the PVC price. So that was the best thing of the previous quarter, that in spite of drop in the PVC price, we were able to more or less maintain our gross profit margin. The moment now coming quarter, the top line will shoot up, then this overhead will be absorbed, and then there will be a positive effect on the EBITDA side also. So on a full consolidated basis, the EBITDA was up by 14.2% to 20.9%, and similarly the PAT was up from 5% to almost 12.9%, so almost 270% growth. Now coming to the pipe side, the top line growth was 63%. That was very encouraging growth, and we are expecting even better quarter in the coming Q2, Q3, Q4. Because historically, if you see now, the almost 14 years numbers are there in public domain, that Q1 is the lowest, Q2 is better than Q1, Q3 is better than Q2, and Q4 is always at the peak. So now we are entering into the, you can say, the voluminous quarter. So we are very, very positive about the number in the coming quarters. Similarly, you can see that the EBITDA has also gone up from 15.8% to 20.7%. So almost 500 bps kind of increase was there in the EBITDA level also. And same thing with the PAT level, from 5.2% to 11.2%. Now coming to the volume side, you will see that we have delivered a very, very healthy volume growth. It was not only the value growth, but there was a healthy volume growth of 13% in Q1. So perhaps it will be the highest in the industry. Now coming to the adhesive side of the business, I think adhesive has given one of the, again, excellent quarter, I can say, that we have delivered a growth of 110% on YOY basis. And not only that, if you see the July numbers also, in both the business, whether it is a pipe or adhesive, on a higher wage of adhesive also, you will see last year the July was the peak in the adhesive. We grown 26% last year. On this 26%, we have again given the growth of 36%. So you can see the kind of trajectory is moving to the adhesive side of the business. It is one of the best, I can say, a time we are seeing in the adhesive side of the business. Similarly, in the pipe also, pipe side last year, July was dropped by almost 7%. So little on a lower base, we have grown up 65%. So that was also one of the best growth in the value term as well as volume terms. So overall, I can say we are very, very excited about the numbers and the way July has started, and Sandeep has already communicated the way August has started. It is very, very encouraging, and we are very much confident that in the coming quarter also we will be delivering a good numbers. Now coming to the pricing scenario of PVC and CPVC, I think both the segment prices are now, we are expecting it will be in the upward trajectory. PVC has already started increase. CPVC also we are seeing that in the coming time there will be upward journey. And based on the pricing, we will keep passing on to the market because market demand is very robust. So there is no reason to not to pass on to the market. So we are keep continuously passing on the CPVC price, whatever there is an increase from the supplier side. Plastic storage tank, very, very encouraging entry into the new business. Sandeep has already discussed a trajectory from 1 crore to 4 crore. So I don't want to take much time into them, but I can say, give the sense that it is a category where we are expecting reasonably good number in the coming time. Once we will be open up this Hosur plant, then we will be covering almost all the zone of the country except East. And East we are expecting by year end. So we already started journey from West. Now we open up the North, and shortly by November we are targeting to open up the South. So the real number of plastic storage tank you will see the next year, because by the time we will be ready with all the capacity and we will be opening up pan India our distribution. And you all know that Astral is a very, very robust distribution network. We have a close to about 900 plus distributor and 33,000 plus dealer, and majority of the dealers are interested in the plastic storage tank. Today they are selling any other brand of our competitors. So slowly and gradually we are expecting we will convince them to move to the brand Astral. Value-added product contribution is continuously increasing. That is why you can see that the gross margins are maintained in spite of there is a drop into the polymer price. So this is the basic main points of I can say summary of the Q1. Now we are opening up the floor for the Q&A session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Rahul Agarwal from InCred Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. So, sir, 2 questions. Firstly, if you could talk about some lead indicators for demand within the piping segment. Sandeep ji in his remarks said there are various segments where we are present in too, which is basically agri, plumbing, industrial infra, SWR. If you could just elaborate a bit on each of these, as in how do you look at, and I'm talking about next 12 months, not really like a 5-year picture. If you could help me understand where the demand is better than the other, that will really help. And, along with that, fiscal 22, last year you did about 137,000 tons in volumes. What would be a likely number or, your target internally where you're working with? That's my first question. Thanks.
So regarding your first question, demand scenario. So I think we have already communicated the demand scenario is excellent. Across the board, we have grown up except agri, but agri, our forte is not there. We are the very smallest player in the agri market. Our contribution from agri is very low. So that segment was low. Otherwise, already Sandeep Bhai has communicated whether you pick up the industrial, we had shown a good number. Similarly, into the drainage side, also fantastic number. Plumbing, anyways, all-time best number is coming now. So that is also, CPVC was one of the best, I can say, the contributor in this quarter also. Same thing with the plastic storage tank also. Similarly, the adhesive side also. Across the board, I can say the demand scenario is good. That is why we have communicated that we are very bullish as far as the demand scenario is concerned. It's not only we are talking about the July number. July number is not the only indicator of the growth, but the kind of feedback we are getting from our dealer distributor community, from the project side people, when we are talking to the developers, they all are giving us a very, very positive commentary. And you can see the kind of booking is taking place, the kind of registration work is taking place from the property side and all. All this are showing a very, very encouraging sign. Only the negative part is that if something goes wrong and we can see the third wave, then our judgment may be wrong also. But otherwise, we are very, very positive as far as the demand scenario is concerned. And I don't see any problem to any sector, all will be growing.
And I would like to add here that agriculture in core agri, where we are just present from last maybe 4, 5, 6 years, has not grown, but the agriculture pipe used in the infrastructure segment has given us good growth. Agri has two usage. One is pure agri. Agri actually is not agri, but it's an BIS pressure pipe system. So when it is used in infrastructure, we have been doing very good. Second, our new product line, Silencio, the Fire Pro, then the industrial pipe segment, and our newly launched CPVC composite pipe have done excellently well, and the response and the demand from the market for us for these exceptionally technological products made by us and sold by us are giving us a good growth and a good value addition to our market.
And all this industrial piping and all, I'm sure you must be aware that we have developed our own compound. So we are most economy company in the country as far as the industrial pipe is concerned. Even fire also.
And our fire is now UL approved. The only company in India who makes their own compounds which are UL approved, and the final product also is UL approved, the highest approval in the world.
And this fire also we have in-house developed. So that is also, we will be the most cost effective in the country.
Thank you.
Got it, sir. And my second question, sir, was on adhesives. So broadly, it was a good quarter, I think, pipes versus adhesives in 1Q. Adhesives actually ended up with 190 crores, good strong number. And July is clocking 90 crores. Fiscal 22 outlook, anything, you mentioned last time, I think about 1,000 crores of top line is what you target with increasing margins, but you would give some more color on fiscal 22 adhesive segment, both on top line and margins, please. Thank you.
So I think we have stick to that guidance. So we are trying our best to deliver that landmark number, but maybe few percentage here and there doesn't going to change the life. But right now our team is working very sincerely to achieve the landmark target which our MD has put before us. So we have stick to that target.
Sir, anything on the margins?
Margin will be more than 15%.
All right, thank you. I'll
improve and increase our margin. So that is always our criteria, to increase margin and our numbers of receivable and the cash cycle, which you can see all our results from last many years.
Thank you. Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you so much. I'll get back in the queue. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants are requested to please limit the question to 2 per participant. If you have a follow-up question, you may rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Praveen Sahar from Edelweiss Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question and many congratulations for a good set of numbers. So first on the CPVC side of business, as you had said in the opening remark that price expected to increase. Is there any price hike already has been factored in last quarter to CPVC?
So I think we have already taken the first price rise in the Q1. Okay, that was in the range of 5 to 7%. And afterward, we are thinking for the second rise. But right now, we have selective basis we are increasing, not across the board. Wherever it is required, we are increasing the price. So we will keep increasing the price as and when required and depend on market to market.
So whatever the price hike, the supplier is doing, we are passing on.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, those we are passing on, or we are working on the way how to recover the same through the channels also. So we would try to absorb the rises from the market, and we will be working on continuing.
Okay, great, sir. Second question, sir, is related to the adhesive business. Can you give how is the utilization level of the adhesive plant right now? And also, we have some 1,300 plus distributor and 1.3 lakh dealers right now with the adhesive business. How their geographical mix?
So I think we don't share all this geographical number, but I can say that distributor and dealers, we have put up the old number, but that time we don't have a authenticated systems with us. But now we have a accurate systems with the company. So when our next presentation will be there, we will give you the accurate number, how many dealers and distributors are there. So we will provide that number. But otherwise, geographical distribution, we will not be able to share.
Okay, that's there in the annual report, so that's why I quoted. Second, utilization level, how is that?
I think utilization is, as of today, is roughly about 45% kind of level, is a 40 to 45% kind of level. So still we have enough capacity available with us.
Great, thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sujit Jain from ASK Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Savlani ji and Sandeep ji, compliments on a good set of numbers. Just wanted one clarification. You said in the adhesive 15% margin. You're talking about the EBIT margin, right?
So EBITDA margin.
EBITDA margin. Okay.
Yeah.
And last year you had about 60 crores of inventory gain, and now the commentary is that prices have started rising again, so there will be no inventory losses then therefore this year, which sometime back was the apprehension. Then excluding that 60 crores, which was 2% from the last year's OPM, that base can be maintained this year. Is that understanding correct?
Very, very difficult to say as far as the thing is concerned, because fluctuation is very, very heavy. So sometimes we feel that now the prices are going to drop. Then all of a sudden shortages comes and the prices goes up. So sometimes your judgmental error can also happen. So under this situation, I think it will be very, very difficult for us to tell you what kind of margins will be there. Definitely, if the polymer will not fall, then the margins will be robust only. It will be naturally much, much higher than the normal margins of 16-17%. So we are also expecting a good number in the coming time as far as the margin is concerned. But again, I am repeating, it is very difficult to understand the trend of this polymer. So if keep fluctuating both the sides, then it will be difficult to communicate. If it is maintained at some level, then yes, definitely we can guide you. But right now it is really challenging for us also to guide anyone that what will be the margin. But we are expecting a good margin because now the polymer drop has already stopped.
And in Rex, has that business started growing on the top line? And what kind of margins now we are clocking there now that the commentary is positive?
So like last quarter there was a growth. We have to see now in the coming quarter how it is spending out, because now everyone is expecting that the government spending will increase because the way GST numbers and all is coming, and hopefully if the third wave is not affecting, then the government definitely is going to spend sizable money on the infrastructure. So in that case, these kind of businesses should definitely give us a good number. Margin is somewhere around 13-14% kind of EBITDA margin into that businesses, because volumes are low. The moment volumes will start picking up, there are high probability that the margin can go up from the current level. But because right now the scale is not that high, so because of that we are not able to grow the margin beyond 13-14%.
Sorry to interrupt. May I request Mr. Sujit Jain to please rejoin the queue? We have participants waiting for their turn. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Shah from Investec. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sandeep, I have two questions for you. First is Astral has proposed a scheme of merger to simplify its structure to extract the synergies from adhesives and piping operations. So I just wanted to understand what is the scope of synergies, what is incrementally possible, how best we can actually rationalize, make good of the brand and distribution. That's the first question.
Okay. So synergies, we had a very detailed meeting on the cross utilization, on common utilization of lot of synergy. The first synergy when it comes to help adhesive, the waterproofing and many such chemicals, Astral has a huge number of plumbers enrolled with them. And most of these plumbers who undertake the plumbing work for the toilets especially, they only do the waterproofing and many chemicals are used here. Secondly, electrical segment also we are very strong. So there are a lot of product lines which can be used in synergy with the electricians. So that also is going to help a lot. Thirdly, the adhesive has a strong retail presence, and this retail presence for adhesive is very strong in the rural markets or tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities also. So this is going to help us to generate the pipe business and to get us the tank business also through these retail counters, because many of these retail counters cover complete product line. Secondly, the branding work can be, lot of synergies can be established in the branding. That also can be very useful for the entire adhesive and pipe segment. So looking at lot of these synergies in the business, ultimately, whether it is a pipe, whether it is an electrical pipe, or whether it is a drainage pipe, or whether infrastructure pipe, any, and all the adhesives are used in this 4-wall of construction. And this 4-wall of construction forte we have synergized as Astral and are going to use the strength of each of these divisions. Now I cannot say that companies, divisions, and we are seeing that this is going to help us to grow the business in the coming years at much higher pace and with much better margin with the synergy which we are establishing. So thank you. Any other question?
Sandeep, I just wanted to understand how much is the overlap on distribution right now. So is the piping channel utilizing the adhesive channel and the other way right now? Or is it something which is not happening at all and this is a big upside which is there?
Distribution is completely kept separate. Retail people are doing it, but we have not cross-synergized it because we pipe distributors are too big and we didn't want to put all the eggs in one basket and then do the business. So we have multiple distribution channels for adhesive, and the distributor channel for pipe is also different. We did try to synergize in the distribution channel, but we thought it is better to have different channels because the mindset is different. The pipe guy would deliver 1 truck of material and the adhesive guy has to go around in a rickshaw. So distribution is separate and we'll keep it separate. We don't want to put all the eggs in one basket.
Ritesh, I can add to what Sandeep bhai has said, that the biggest synergy will be the project business. Astral is a very, very strong brand as far as the project is concerned. And most of the projects are using the adhesive, whether it is a construction chemical, whether it is a silicone, whether any other adhesive, they are using already, but they are using maybe some other brand. So if that synergy can be worked out within the team, then it can be a big advantage to the adhesive side of the business. So similar to that, there are many synergy, cost-saving synergies and all. I think 6-7 synergies we have already communicated when we did the announcement of our two companies. So if you can go through that press release also, we have already given 6-7 synergies. I don't have a handy otherwise like that, but there are a lot of synergies are there.
Logistics, warehouses, offices, lot of these things. These are very, very small, but lot of these things would be working as one synergy.
Sure. Sandeep, my second question is, can you give some qualitative reference to which chemistries are growing at a faster rate, or which chemistries occupy like 70% of the revenues on the adhesive side? Just trying to understand how much is B2B and B2C.
No, sorry, I would not be giving all this data because we are washed around by the competition. So sorry, I cannot share this data.
No problem, sir. Thank you so much. I'll join back with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sonali Salgaonkar from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
So thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is, would you be able to quantify the impact or the quantity of inventory losses for PVC which we have encountered this quarter, and also if you could give a further color on the demand of rural versus urban?
So I think it is very difficult for us to quantify how much inventory loss, but definitely some inventory loss will be there because there is a 15% drop into the polymer price. So definitely it should be there. I don't have a handy number, so very difficult to quantify, but can be guesswork I am doing. It should be somewhere around 10 crore kind of level. But it cannot be a right number, so don't rely on my number because it's not an exactly calculated number from our side. As far as your second question is concerned, the demand scenario, both the side is good. Rural side also working very well, as well as urban side is also doing well, except some part of the southern India is still not giving the encouraging number because of still some cases are there, and some part of the Maharashtra also there are still lockdown effects and all these things are there. But otherwise, I don't think any problem is there. Most of the other India has started giving us the number. But selective basis, some states there were some issues because they were some shops are closing at 4 o'clock. Some cities it is closing at 7 o'clock. So very, very difficult to give you the exact city-wise thing. But overall, we can say that almost 75%, 80% of the India is fully operational, and maybe 20% of the India is still affected. And that we are expecting to open up in the month of August. Some has opened up, like Maharashtra and all have started opening up. And then we are expecting that the southern part will also start opening up maybe from September onward. That is why we, in our initial remarks, said that we are very bullish as far as the number is concerned, because we are expecting that once this pan-India opening will be there, then the number should be better only.
Got it, sir. And my second question is, you talked about value-added sales in your overall mix. So could you give us a little bit more color on that as to what is the current mix of value-added and what are the kind of margins we generally witness in value-added? That's it.
Sonali, we don't share this numbers, how much percentage is contributed by value added. But definitely value added portion is high. That is why we are able to maintain our gross profit margin. And recently we have also commissioned the valve projects also sizable. I can say the SKUs have already started manufacturing our existing plant because new plant was still not ready, but so much of demand was there. So we already started. So hopefully in the coming time that plant will also operational, so that will also add further to our margin side.
Also, we have added the CPVC, aluminum CPVC composite, which is a good value added and it is attributing lot of benefits in the plumbing. So that also has started picking up.
Got it, sir. Very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kunal Lakhan from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good evening. So my question is on the volume growth side in the piping segment. So we did about 3% odd growth in FY21, and we have done about 13% growth in Q1 of this year. Would you expect this 13% kind of a growth to continue for the rest of the year, or was this, there is a, I mean, you know that there is a serious low base impact in Q1, but just wanted to get some sense on like what could be the growth would it be in double digit in terms of volume growth for FY22?
So we are very confident that we should be delivering double digit growth.
Okay, great, thanks. And My second question was, so you mentioned about that, that the demand across segments for piping remains very strong. Would you be able to split up the demand in terms of how much demand for the pipings comes from retail, infra, or construction or real estate?
We don't share all individual category-wise number. I think we have communicated way back 2-3 years before that we have stopped giving all this number because competitive activities are increasing. So because of that, we don't share all this number. But we already communicated the trajectory that across the board is growing, whether it is the infra, whether it's the plumbing, whether it's the drainage, all categories are growing.
But some categories would be growing faster than the others, right? So just
naturally, that also I communicated that value-added things are moving faster. That is why our margins are maintained. So CPVC and all is growing faster.
Sure. And then my last question is on the margin side again, that we have been guiding that our long-term margin trajectory would be in that 16-17% range. We have already clocked higher than that in Q1, despite the PVC prices cooling off. And like you said, that the near-term trajectory for PVC prices remains upward. With that context, right, is it safe to assume that the margins could be higher than what we have seen last year?
So we have already communicated our long-term guidance of 5 years. So we have already said that we will be on the higher teens. That we have already communicated in our presentation, which we have uploaded in the last quarter. So, but quarterly basis giving guidance or 1 year based guidance, it is really challenging, particularly in this kind of environment. In a normal circumstances, yes, we can extrapolate and we can communicate to the investor at large that, okay, this kind of trajectory is going up. But when so many ups and downs is coming in the system, then it is really challenging for any finance team to work out exit margin. But yes, definitely your understanding is right that if that is the case, then the margin will be good only. But I can't say you with a high conviction that it will be higher than last year. It depends how the situation. If my volume grows very fast, then yes, definitely we can clock a higher margin than what we have delivered last year. So it depends on the market condition, market circumstances, and how the third wave is going to affect. Because if I give you something today, and maybe 1 month down the line something goes wrong in the economy, then you will feel that you guys have guided us like this and today you are delivering this. So in this environment, I think it is really challenging, but in a normal circumstances, yes, we can definitely guide you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bharat Shah from ASK Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Hi Sandeep and Hiranand. When we look at over the last 5 years, I think as a firm we have strategically evolved from pipe makers to adhesive makers, now tanks. We diversified our raw material sources and eliminated dependence. We expanded our distribution pipeline. We have upgraded our chemistry and range of products. And we have enhanced our plant presence in different geographies. So strategically, each of the key levers we kind of have systematically strengthened and fortified. Can we now say, of course, what may happen in terms of pandemic and other things, none of us can make any predictions. But subject to that, if we look at the coming 5 years, probably this will be the golden period for Astral in terms of overall character of the business as well as the rate of growth of the business.
So, Bharat bhai, you absolutely rightly raised the right question, I can say. At Astral, we are over bullish, to be very honest. As far as the coming 5 years are concerned, because the way ground reality is changing and the way now GST effect is coming on the ground, lot of pain is coming to the unorganized side of the people, and lot of supply constraints are going on. So because of that, lot of small players are getting affected. So all these indicators are suggesting that the company like Astral should be doing excellent number in the coming time. And that is what we are seeing. Actually, number. Forget about this Q1 number. You see the last 3 quarters number also, that were also very, very encouraging. So all these things are encouraging us to do more and more things in the sector. So we are not only going to add a lot of new products, we may add verticals also in the coming time. Like recently we have added the tank vertical. We may add more verticals also in the coming time. We are already working on that. Our team is studying all these things also. And these can be a game changer for Astral in the next 5 years. So keep finger crossed. We are sincerely working. Now company has a lot of cash flow also available with the company. So definitely we are going to come up with good things for the investor, whereby we can give the good return to our investor. And in the history also you have seen that Astral had never ever disappointed any of the investor. And we are very, very choosy about as far as the capital employed is concerned. So we are working on multiple tasks right now. Our team is very enthused and very, very excited about the current situation. And we'll be giving you good news in the coming time. I can say like that.
Bharat, to add to this is your perfect line and predictions. Astral has gained a very firm footing in Indian market in both the piping segment and the adhesive segment. With proud and with confidence I can say this. But today, apart from our cash flows, markets, we are working on a very system-based company, and which is now spanning up very, very perfectly and nicely. And second, we are bringing in the best of the best talents of the industry, and many, many good talents have joined us in last, you can say, 1.5 to 2 years, and many good talents are queuing up to join Astral. And these, I can proudly say, apart from the brand, apart from everything, the plants, the locations, the manpower is the key to drive the business. And the right manpower, right? And second is the right system. And system means today the globe moves on electronic systems, the IT systems, which is the backbone of any industry today globally. These two things we are focusing, and we are going on the right path. Absolutely correct. The brand, which has now a stronger presence in the Indian market, will become stronger day by day and year by year. Thank you very much, Bharat.
Sure. And therefore, probably I'm putting words in your mouth, but would it be fair to say all the hard work, risk control in the business by diversifying into verticals, into different products, distribution, geographies, raw material, and many more to come, not just in terms of the rate of growth, but the character and the solidity of the growth rate, is the coming 5 years probably the most important defining golden period for Astral?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you are right.
And we are confident about both our segments of business. And we are now out of any learning curve in adhesives. We have now understood the business, grasped the business, and got the business in our veins. So it is absolutely going to be a very good period for the company.
So Bharat bhai, I can say 2 things is very important at Astral. One is the consistency. We always believe in consistency of number. We don't want hayway kind of number that 1 quarter or on a yearly basis we should be consistent in number. That is what the mantra in Astral, which we strictly follow with every team member. Secondly, we are moving to the system-driven company than the human-driven company. That is what we are working seriously. And many of our department, we already started working on the system-driven than the human-driven. So that are the 2 things, criteria, which we are seriously working, and we will keep continuing working on that 2 things.
So thank you, Bharat bhai. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Achal from VA Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. My question was, in terms of the disclosure, what you have given is July month, we are up 55% YY or thereabout. if I look at the average PVC price, that's also up like 50-55%. Is it possible to give some sense in terms of volume growth for the July month? And number two, on a steady state basis, assuming everything constant, what is the industry growth we would look at, and the key drivers for that for the plastic pipe and fittings business, sir?
So like you are right that the PVC prices were up, but the CPVC price have not gone up to the equal strength what the PVC was high. So it is not only a value growth, but it is driven by volume. I think I don't have a handy number, but somewhere around 18 or 19% kind of volume growth was there in the month of July. But exact number I don't have, maybe 0.5%, 1% here and there, please excuse me, but roughly about 18 to 19% kind of volume growth was there. Now, as far as the growth driver is concerned, we already communicated in our earlier remarks that right now across the board growth is there. We have to see which are the area where we should focus more, which are the area which are the margin driver. We all are working internally and keep our strategy with the time. So keep finger crossed. It should be better only.
Sure. And just one more question, with respect to the government program on the Nal Se Jal or Jal Jeevan Mission, is there any way we also play into that, or is just the secondary demand will be the driver for us, or we can also do some element of direct business there?
So we are categorically clear in our communication since last 3-4 years that we are not at all interested to deal with the government business directly. But yes, definitely at the same time we are dealing indirectly the government business. Many of our distributors are there, many of the contractors are there who are interested to do the business with the government, and they are doing very well. So we are happy to sell them rather than directly bidding or directly doing the business with them. So we will keep doing the business, whether it's the Jal Se Nal or Jal Mission or low cost housing, everywhere we are there. But our focus is very clear. We will not be directly bidding because getting the money from the government is always a challenge. And then there are a lot of other issues are there, which I can't discuss on the call. Very clear, we will do the business, but indirectly, not directly.
Just a clarification, sir, sorry if I may. Is it already there in the numbers reflected, or is yet to be reflected?
It is a very small portion is reflected because government side spending is not there still. Now government is going to spend money. So it is not a sizable number to any company, I am sure. It will be a very, very token number.
Got it. This is very helpful, sir. Thank you. All the best.
The next question is from the line of Sneha Talreja from Edelweiss Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir, and congratulations for great set of numbers, and thanks for the opportunity. A couple of questions here. Firstly, you actually highlighted something about the new segment, and I'm sorry if my answers are a bit repeated. My line was lost in between. You actually mentioned about some new product category that you would be launching. So just one clarity over here, would it be the segment which will have a common distribution, or it will be something which will be different? Just that one clarity.
Coming to your second question first, that the new product will be having the common distributors. So all our existing 900 distributors and 33,000 dealers, they all will be selling this product. And it will be widely accepted product because we have prepared as per the Indian condition and Indian economical thing. Because we know India is a very, very price-juicy country. So if you make a too costly product, then you can keep it as a boutique product. Can't get a huge volume, but this product we have keep it in mind with the mindset that we should be getting a huge volume. So considering that in mind, we have developed this product. So hopefully once we will be ready, we'll communicate to you what kind of that product is there. Secondly, the new product contribution, yes, it is keep coming. It is going every quarter. It is slowly and gradually it is inching up. So we are very, very excited about that also. Tank and all we already discussed in our earlier remarks that they are also giving us a good number.
Right. And so my second question related to your plastic tank segment, you actually suggested, very positive things that, from next year we'll be able to see the real picture. So what are you targeting in this particular segment? If at all, you can give some numbers, and what sort of a margins can we expect from this business? Will it be a value-added segment for us?
let first we complete the expansion activity, because right now we are not expecting too much from this business in the current year, because right now we are in a launching mode. When we are in a launching mode, you can't expect too much of things from that new product. Right now for us, launching the product across all the pan-India basis, every state, every dealer and distributor get connected to us. That is very important for us. Margins and all this will automatically follow. Once you become a brand, people like your quality, then I don't think inching up the margin 2-3% here and there will be a big challenge to a brand like Astral. But right now, to connect the product with the dealers and distributor is very important for us. So right now we are not thinking too much about the value-added product or low margin product or a high margin product. We are not thinking on that direction. We will decide next year once we will be completing launch across the India.
Absolutely, I can add to this is that we are not going to do any business by negative margins. Absolutely not. But the profile of the business growth and margins will be clearly communicated after let us pass through 2-3 quarters and finish our market reach and expansion. We'll be very clear on that. But absolutely not. We are in a positive mode on the margins.
Got that, sir. So thanks a lot, sir. I'll come back with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sneha.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nitin Jain from Fairdeal Investment. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is on the CPVC composite pipe. So have we started exporting the product yet? Because the last time you mentioned that it has a huge export opportunity.
We have not started exporting because we are getting orders from India, and we would like to at least see the product run in India for 6-8 months, and then we'll start contacting the buyers out of India. And we have already started communicating, but the pricing and all will be given at some stage after maybe 1 or 2 quarters, and then we'll start exporting.
Okay. And this is just a bookkeeping question. Is it possible to provide the net cash position as of Q1?
I think cash was somewhere around 275 or something like that.
Okay. And my last question is on the margin. So quarter on quarter, we have seen a drop of around almost 400 basis points at the console level. So the last quarter, you had mentioned that you will be able to pass on the price rise in pipes, while in adhesives you will be able to do so with a lag. So how do we look at this quarter's margin in light of your comments last quarter?
I think there is no drop on quarter margin. If you see, the GP margin is more or less maintained. Now, if the economy of scale will be low, then the EBITDA will be low. Now, if in the Q2 again the economy of scale will come back. If you see that the bigger drop is, you can see that is the employee cost and other things are there. So it is not a drop in the gross profit margin, and we monitor the gross profit margin. We don't monitor only the EBITDA margin. EBITDA will keep fluctuating because of the scale. Now Q4 is, if you see the historically, is contributing roughly about 32% of the top line of the full year, while Q1 is contributing 18 to 20% of the top line. So naturally, economy of scale will fluctuate the EBITDA margin. But if the gross margins are more or less maintained, I don't think there is any challenge to the company. So we will keep giving the good number in the EBITDA terms once the coming quarter, where the economy of scale will be in our favor. These all numbers are in public domain for last almost 14 years. So if you go back to the pre-COVID level, you pick up the Q4 number of last 10 years and pick up the Q1 number of the last 10 years, you will find that the Q4 is always peak because it is contributing 32% kind of revenue, while the Q1 is contributing only 18% to 20% kind of revenue. So that difference will always be there in Q1, and historically Q1 margins are always low at the EBITDA level.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for the opportunity, and congratulations on the good set of numbers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Agarwal from InCred Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the follow-up. Just 2 quick questions. Hiranandji, what is the price gap between PVC and CPVC right now? Can we compare that?
So it is varying from product to product and size to size, because half-inch dia pipe will be different, and then the 1 inch will be different, 3/4 will be different. So very, very difficult to say what will be there. But compared to the earlier, it is narrow, it is again increasing, because one point of time it was become very narrow, but now PVC price had dropped and CPVC price has inched up. So because of that, slight gap is again increasing, but not substantial. And that is why one of the reason of good numbers and margins are the contribution of CPVC is increasing. Because when the gap is narrower, then the people will shift from PVC to CPVC. And that will be in our side, I can say, in the Astral side, because Astral is a dominant player in the CPVC side of the business. So we wish that if that is the level will continue, our CPVC volume will keep going up.
And to add that, Astral goes with its own technology of compounding, own technology of making. So Astral, and still Astral holds all the world approvals, NSF and UPI, UPCI. So basically, a lot of advantages come to us from that. All our compounds in CPVC, whether it is the industrial now, whether it is for the plumbing or fire, or even the composite has a special compound, all are developed, made in-house. And even composite, our technology is much inched up than our previous technology. We have improved it to a substantial amount, the technology part of the product.
So my understanding was generally the, in a steady state environment where PVC prices were normal, there was a gap used to be about 30%. Is that correct?
It is again, you have to go through product to product, size to size.
Okay.
The product line there, we can explain you.
Because so many SKUs are there now, then the fittings are there. So very, very difficult to arrive at the one number.
So fair point. I'll do that work. And sir, lastly, on the expenses side, there was one question. I felt staff costs were a bit higher QOQ. They rose like 20% to 58 crores, and expenditure was lower at about 80 crores. Any one-offs or anything you'd like to mention? Any clarity here, or was it normal as per you?
Yeah. No. It is not a normal. It was a special incentives were there, and the increment effect was there in Q1. Normally we deliver the increment in Q1, and last year was the robust year, so there was a special incentive to many of the staff and all these things. So because of that, it was there, but it cannot be a permanent kind of feature.
So it basically trends, like it will trend down from second quarter, and then it basically follows last year trends. Yes. Is that correct?
Yes.
And anything on the other expenditure side, in that 80 crore number, any one-offs?
No, I don't think. Last year there was no IPL and all this related expenditure. This time the IPL related expenditure was there. So because of that, little bit higher side was there compared to Y-on-Y basis. But otherwise, I don't think much gap on the other expenditure side.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. All the best for time.
10 crore plus money into the IPL.
Got it, sir. All the best, sir. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Shah from Investec. Please go ahead.
Sir, one question. Just wanted to have your thoughts on technology adoption. We have implemented dealer distributor management systems. Just wanted to understand at what stage is it, and is it reaping any benefits? How should one understand this?
So we are implementing, let that to complete, then after we will let you know what are the benefits and what things are there. So right now it is on the implementation stage. So let first to complete, and afterward we will communicate what are the benefits to that.
Any color on systems are coming, and we would not be disclosing most of them because we are always cracked on a lot of fronts, to be very frank, Ritesh ji. And we are working on many fronts on the technology part, RT part, things, but we won't be disclosing it. And I'm very categorically very clear about it.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Karan from AMSEC. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, just wanted to understand how is the inventory at the channel level. Here I'm referring to because we were expecting some downfall in the PVC prices, but suddenly since last 2 times we've seen prices firming up. So how is the reaction to the overall dealer inventory?
So like inventory is at a lean level at the distribution level because everyone was expecting that the polymer price will drop, but it happened other way around. So because of that, all are wrong-handedly caught. So now everyone is rushing to buy the things. So they were sitting on a very, very low inventory. So now
Right.
we see dealer distributor community's understanding is very difficult because I don't understand for 1 or 2% what is going to make a difference. But that is the psychological things in the market that whenever they expect that the prices are going to go down, they don't buy. And when they think that the prices are going to go up, they will start buying. So very, very difficult one. But right now at the system level, inventory is very low. I don't expect that any dealers or distributor level, any inventory is there. Hardly any inventory is there.
Right. And sir, have you internally worked out what kind of PVC pricing can you see for the rest of the year, and how are you preparing for that?
I think PVC price will remain somewhere in this range because still lot of short supply is going on in the system. Lot of issues are related to the, you can say, the logistics side. You see the container freight and all these things, shipping availability. All these things are going to create a huge problem in the system. The biggest advantage to Astral is that we are dependent more on the Reliance and the Chemplast. So that is where we have a biggest advantage compared to the other players in the market. Other players are more dependent on import-based material. And there the availability is the challenge. Secondly, pricing is heavy, very difficult to understand what's happening. A morning you are getting some price, evening you are getting some different price. While the Reliance prices are comparatively consistent and they are at a discount than the imported price. So that is always the advantage to be with the local player in this environment. In future we don't know, but otherwise this is the best time to be dependent more on the local source rather than the imported source.
Right. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Prices will still remain more or less in the same zone, at least for another 1 or 2 quarters, because still lot of shortages is there in the system. And India is hardly manufacturing 40-45% of the PVC in today's environment, and majority of that are imported. So
Right.
Traders are also caught in the wrong hand because whenever there is a drop, trader also don't import. And then all of a sudden price goes up, then there is a shortage. Today in the market, you just check it, there is a lot of grey market premium is going on the polymer. PVC price is quoted at a 8 to 10 rupees premium compared to the Reliance price. Because there is a huge short supply again being created because trader has not imported. So because of that, there is a problem going on in the system.
Correct.
So very, very difficult time, I tell you, very, very difficult for us also to understand what's going on in the system. But being a cash-rich company, we are taking that advantage because whenever there is a drop or some lucrative offer is available to us, we are capturing and we are continuously keeping. You see, last quarter our inventory was little higher compared to our normal inventory because we know that in this environment, if you don't keep little higher inventory, you will be caught in the wrong-handed. And now particularly when the grey market premium is going on, your product is selling very easily in the market.
True. That was very helpful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last question, which is from the line of Bharat Shah from ASK Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
On REX, our infrastructure business, where the expectations were definitely high and significant. So far, the opportunity doesn't seem to have turned up that way. Any view on that as to where that business should be headed?
So Bharat, basically if you see the REX business is more dependent on the government spending and less dependent on the private projects. Now we have shifted some of the business to the private side, and that is why we are still in a better position. Otherwise you see in last 2-3 years, government spending is not going up. So that is why this business has got affected. It is you can say the wrong timing for us. So when we acquire and we become a self-sufficient, and then the COVID and all these things came and the government spending started falling sharp. So because of that business has not given us the fruit what we were expecting. at the early stage. But again, we are still keeping finger crossed. It's a good product. There is a future for this product. But unfortunately, the timing is not right now. The moment government will keep spending this money, I'm sure this is a beautiful product. You can study the one company in US, that a company called ADS. They are selling billions of dollar pipe of similar category. So it's a huge market for this kind of product because it's replacing the cement pipe. But it is unfortunately that government spending has dropped. That has given us the not encouraging number. Otherwise, we are very positive about the product per se.
So we remain on the curve, and if the picture improves, then I think it will reflect to our results.
With all these challenges, Bharat, we have done much better in the first quarter for this product line.
Sure. Yeah, but probably not to your belief or expectation when we went on to acquire Rex.
It is not up to the expectation. I can be very frank about it, but not a negative way on the product line. And I think as the spending increases, which is happening now, the product line is obviously going to be. It is approved in many projects, many states, and many private now segment has started using it. So we see a positive growth in the coming quarters.
Sure. Thank you and all the very best. This is a really remarkable journey by Astral. From small limited products to where it started and where it is reached. And this looks like a beginning of a new journey. So congratulations. I mean, this is remarkable.
Thank you, Bharat bhai.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as this was the last question for today, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
So thank you very much everyone for joining us for this call of Q1 results. I had to add 2 points that Astral has done excellently well in its CSR program in the first quarter to help people, hospitals and setups to fight the COVID second wave. We have done a lot of things in this segment. And secondly, Astral is one company who is now, I can say, 100% COVID vaccinated company. And we are doing all possible for our employees, our workers, our co-associates to make them safe and better. And we are helping them to guide them on various programs having D3 and D12 and vaccination, and at the same time taking excellent CSR programs to help the community at large. And we have done our best. Thank you. Looking forward to again talk to you after the Q2 result. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you everyone, and thank you Ambit team for hosting this con call.
Thank you, Ambit. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you, Ambit and the participants.
Thank you. On behalf of Ambit Capital, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.